Are you having trouble shedding the extra pounds no matter how hard you try? Well, believe it or not, it may be your stomach health. Dr. Anthony Infantino from Platinum Wellness is here to discuss the connection between your gut health and weight loss. Good to see you. Okay, so you've gotten a lot of folks' attention out there. They're dieting, they're exercising, they're doing everything right. Why doesn't it work for all people, and what can we do about it?
You know, I think what it boils down to, Susan, is there's several factors that when it comes to weight loss that are important. Like one of them in particular is hormones. See, nothing happens in your body without hormones telling it. You have fat burning hormones and fat storage hormones. Many people become fat storage hormone dominant. And you can exercise and diet all you want, but if fat storage hormones are dominant, you're not going to lose weight the way you'd like to. And so what we tend to blame that on, especially as we get older, is say, well, I'm getting older, my metabolism's slowing down. And while it slows down a little, it doesn't account for the fact that people will diet. I mean, the average woman in this country diets 28 years of her life.
Yeah.
And gets nowhere.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of people can relate to that.
It really does. It consumes us. So why is our gut so critical to weight loss?
What I thought I'd do is I'd draw it out for you because it is such a big factor. I mean, there's other factors. There's things like environmental toxins. Fat cells will hold toxins and they won't let them go unless you actually purge them, and they'll want to stay big and fat. Also things like stress, but gut health gets overlooked. So let me explain this. We tend to eat a lot of things out of a box, a bag, a can. Just think processed foods. And one round of antibiotics will do exactly what I'm going to explain here. But all this stuff, right, processed foods, think of it that way, ends up where? Well, it ends up in our mouths. Now, I'm not an artist, so bear with me. And eventually, it's going to end up in our stomach. And then it's going to head down to our gut. And so what happens is this. In your gut, you have about 100 trillion bacteria. Now, let me explain why those bacteria are here. This is critical. These bacteria digest food. They make B vitamins. So you might remember from school a long, long time ago, what do B vitamins give us? Energy.
Yeah.
Do you know the #1 reason people go to doctors today? Lack of energy.
And they get
fatigue.
a shot.
And they get shots for energy. We have a Starbucks in every corner for a reason, right? It's not really, it's because our energy's down. So this processed food has an effect on the stomach, but ultimately it affects the gut. And what it starts to do is burn off these little villi where all these bacteria live. Now, if those bacteria digest food and make B vitamins, our energy goes down, our digestion gets out of whack, we get kind of gassy, bloaty. I mean, if you're feeling those things, then most likely what I'm about to explain next is happening. So food doesn't get digested. If the bad bacteria are gone, who takes over? Typically yeast. Some people have heard the term candida. Now, what do yeast love to eat? Anything processed, right? Especially sugar, grains. A lot of us say, well, I got a sweet tooth. Now, this undigested food heads down and eventually comes to the pancreas. What's the pancreas doing normally? It's going pumping out a little bit of insulin. When it sees this mess coming at it, it goes, ooh, I'm up. I got to digest this food. So it starts pumping out a whole bunch of insulin. So if insulin is real high in the body, the problem with that is insulin is a fat storage hormone, a powerful one. So a round of antibiotics, again, will wipe this out. Now we've got candida, we've got the bad guys, we've got insulin high, we're in fat storage mode. Your digestion's getting kind of out of whack when it gets bad. And eventually we get things like cortisol, because this is stressful to the body. So now we get like the dynamic duo of fat storage. Cortisol and insulin are high. Food's not getting digested. Again, we have the same problems. By the way, what disease is happening? This is prediabetes.
So what do you guys do that's different?
So what we do is say, hey, look, instead of a new pill, eat high protein only, let's just reboot the gut. Let's get you out of fat storage mode. Because when this person goes to exercise, it's more stress, more cortisol, they get worse.
Fight or flight, right?
So what we do is say, hey, look, if we could start from scratch, yeah, I could give you B12 injections, we could give you special diet pills, we could do all that stuff. How long does it last for? We've all gone through that. It doesn't last long at all. So we reboot the gut. We get your body healthy, because if you're healthy, you'll hit your ideal weight.
Okay.
Big difference.
Platinum Wellness has a special offer. Call now 602-866-8100 and get a free screening to see if your hormones are in storage or burning mode, and get a free consultation with the doctor to review your results. That's a $350 value. To make an appointment with Platinum Wellness, give them a call 602-866-8100 or go to their website platinumwellness.net/SL. Have you been dieting and not seeing results? Do you know if your body is in fat burning mode or fat storage mode? The answer could make all the difference in the world if you're trying to lose weight. This is Dr. Anthony Infantino of Platinum Wellness. He's here with all the details and why your hormones are so important to your overall health. Great to see you.
Thank you.
So first question out of the gate, why don't diets work?
Well, I guess it depends on how you define work. Like if you mean by work, like I went on a diet once, I never had to diet again. Well, then I don't know that many of them work, and they say like 98% of them fail, right? And so the idea of doing that over and over again, the average person who goes on a diet in this country and loses 10 pounds is 2 pounds heavier 6 months later, and they do cycles of that, and the body just gets better at storing fat.
Yeah.
And so,
or we gain more, you know, then
right.
we're worse off than when we
And then as we get
started.
older, what do? We say, well, it must be my metabolism, it's
Yeah.
slowing down. And you know, I've been blessed over the years to help people with a lot of different conditions like thyroid things or gut health, like acid reflux or constipation, like all these things we think to ourselves, okay, if I go on a diet, I'll get healthy and I'll resolve all this stuff. And you know, I would honestly say, I think we tend to approach that all wrong because we
Right.
go on a diet, and the diet means what? I'm going to count points, I'm going to eat protein only, I'm going to do some of these things that it's not sustainable anyway.
Right.
And even if I hit the goal, I couldn't keep doing it. And what ends up
And that's-
happening is we gain it all back.
And that's the approach you have. You say get healthy, lose weight,
Right.
versus lose weight, get healthy.
Right, and I think there's such a gigantic difference in that. So most diets are at the expense of our health. And so my focus over the last 25 years in working with some of the people with some of the conditions I mentioned before, it's not so much what do I take so that I get healthy, it's how do I ultimately help my body get in balance again? And there's several things that'll get your body out of balance and into fat storage mode, which is linked to most of those conditions, right?
So what's the difference between fat burning versus fat storage hormones?
Well, things like toxins in the environment. And like according to the EPA, the average American has 800 toxins in a fat cell. So we go on a diet, we lose some fat, and then the body says, hey, put that fat back because I need to protect that cell. Gut health out of whack can create a body where it's pumping out insulin constantly. And insulin's a fat storage hormone. And so there's many things like that that most people don't know is going on in their body. So they just feel a little gassy, bloaty, low on energy, and they go on another diet and they go, why didn't that work? It must be my metabolism. And I would say, yeah, your metabolism can slow down as you get older, but it doesn't account for the person who's eating 1,000 calories. Most of the people who come to me, they're eating 1,000 calories, they're exercising, they're like, I'm doing pretty good, I don't get it. Why isn't it changing?
Well, you shared with me, you know, before the show that a guy came in 2 weeks. He's been with you and dropped 20 pounds. What's the modality that you're
Incredible.
doing that's different?
Well, the first thing we do is we start with a great assessment because you have to know like what's going on with someone's adrenals and thyroid and you have to have a starting place, right? If you're going to drive across country, you take out a map, you're like, well, where am I first? So we do some really thorough tests and a great history to figure out, well, what's going on in this person? But then we get into things like far infrared sauna, for instance. You'll burn 600 calories in half an hour, but what I love about it is it detoxes the body. It pulls the sludge out. Because if you can restore balance in a body, weight loss isn't really that big a challenge. Most people go about it and create more imbalances through dieting than they do by just working on getting healthy.
So you're saying basically if the gut's right, the body's right.
It's a great place to start. Most people's aren't, and they don't even know it's not.
Right.
And that's just one of the things. Stress is another big one. While we can't control stressors, our brains operate in a pattern of stress over time. That means cortisol's always high, and that's
All
a
right.
fat storage
So
hormone.
we're going to show you before and after because this is just one of the patients who's had really great results.
Yeah.
So satisfied.
And she didn't come in to lose weight even. It wasn't even on her radar. She's like, I just want to get healthy.
Right.
And I won't get into all the details, but yeah, she dropped, gosh, I want to say 60 or 70 pounds in
And
about
you do
12
that with
weeks.
what? Supplements? What do you do that with?
Well, the supplements we use are designed, they're not like caffeine-based or fat-burning supplements. They're about restoring gut health. They're about just cleaning out the liver, the kidneys, the colon, like just getting
getting your
everything
body
back to
balanced.
normal.
All right.
Because there's so many things in our environment that just slow us down, and they just all build up. The coffee we drink, the antibiotics we had years ago, it all adds up.
We could talk to you all day
Oh,
about this.
I could
love
go
it.
all day.
You need to go talk to him about this. Platinum Wellness has a special offer. If you call now, you will receive their special offer, which is a free online health assessment to see if your hormones are out of whack. Are they in the storage or are they in the burning mode? 602-866-8100 is that number to call. And when you call, you're going to get a free consultation with the doctor to review your results. That's a $299 value. To make an appointment today with Platinum Wellness, call 602-866-8100 or visit them online, slweightlossforlife.com.